the tripod should really be quite straightforward, but unfortunately this is a slightly heavy-duty tripod compared to the camera. It might seem like overkill, but it's the ones that we use here. Okay, so you'll get a camera bag like this, and when you open it up, you'll see immediately that the head part of the tripod is on the padded end. Okay, this is quite important because this is the most expensive part of the tripod. Now, if it doesn't go back into the bag when you finish with it like this, you'll struggle for minutes trying to stuff it back in. There is a particular way of doing it, and which I'm going to show you, and if you do it my way, it'll take you seconds. Okay, when I get it out, you'll see straight away around that the feet are folded up. So when you come to pack it away, if you remember when you actually fold the, oh, they haven't done this very well. One second, that should be locked off. When you come to fold it up again, legs like so, okay, the feet will actually be sticking out like this. All right, so just fold it up. I tend to say to people, just think ballerina, and then you'll remember how to do it. Okay, so that's that. Okay, and then it should slide back in. Okay, we're going to get it out. So put it there. I'm all tangled up now. Okay, it was easier the first time round. I had no microphone on. Okay, right. Okay, so when you get the tripod out, you spread the legs. Okay, all right. Tripod legs. Okay, and you've got several locks on the legs. Okay, you've got 3 locks on the top and 3 locks at the bottom of the legs. Now it's the top locks that we're going to undo. Okay, so they're a bit stiff, but you just undo those, and the whole thing will go up like so. All right. Now for this exercise, we're going to just take it as far as it'll go. So there's a little bar that's preventing it going any further, and you lock it off again like so. And do that for each side. Do that. So, and on that side as well. Okay. Now, the temptation is to put your foot on the spreader. These are actually break very, very easily, the spreader. So if you can keep your feet off of those as you lift it up. Okay. But it should go up to about this height. Now, it's still kind of safe at this height. So you don't have to worry about extending the spreader at the bottom. But if you're going any higher than this, you'll see that there's some locks on the spreader in the middle. And if you undo those, the spreaders will go out even further. Okay, and then it'll be nice and super safe. It won't fall over. Okay, but it's fine for this height. So we're going to leave it at that. Okay. So even though we've got it equal on each side, equal height, the tripod head is probably still on a slight angle to the floor, so your filming will be on a slight tilt. Okay, if you film like this. So to get around that problem without having to adjust the legs and trying to work it out, you actually have a spirit level on the back of the tripod head, and like with all spirit levels, it's all about putting it's all about putting the bubble in the circle. Okay, now to actually do that without adjusting the legs is that you can undo the head like so the head moves around, and then you just follow the bubble, make sure that the bubble ends up in the circle, and then you tighten it back up again like so. Now this now is level with the floor, and your shots should be nice and even. All right. So, right. What we're going to do next is there's another part to the tripod that you need to get out of the bag, and it's just in a pocket here. Okay. And this can be its technical name is called the PAM bar. All right. But I don't expect you to remember that, and you can just refer to it as a tripod arm. Okay, this goes on the side of the head. okay, and it depends on whether you're right-handed or left-handed. Okay, and I'm right-handed, so it's going on the right side. So there's these, there's a screw hole there, so we just put that in there, like so, and screw it in. Okay. When you come to put the tripod away, this needs to come back off again and back in the pocket. All right. Okay, so that's that. Always put it at a height that you're comfortable with. This is nice and comfortable. I've seen people go like this and they're trying to film, or they're down like this, trying to go around. So just get a nice comfortable height. So, so that's that. Now, I mentioned the 6 locks on the legs. Well, there's some locks on the actual tripod head. Okay, so there's one at the back. Okay, and this is the lock for the panning. Right, so this is panning. Okay, so if I tighten that up, that stops that from moving. Okay, and then on this side, if I tighten that up, that stops it from tilting. So that's your tilt lock. Okay, so tilt lock, pan lock. Okay, then we've got the third and last lock over here. So if I undo that one, that is your plate lock, which I'll show you. So you see now that it's loose. Okay, we need to take that off to put onto the camera. So if you let's just loosen the resistance on it. Somebody's resistance up. Here we go. So to take that off, there is actually a release button on the side. So that comes off like so. All right. Now, once you've got the plate off, you need to put it onto the camera itself. Okay. Now, to secure it to the camera, you must make sure the plate's is on correctly on the bottom, and you'll see underneath the plate. Well, you can't see from there, but it says lens, right? And it's got an arrow that's pointing that way. Okay. So when you put it on the bottom of the camera, you must make sure that the arrow is pointing towards the lens. Okay, so that's one way of making sure the plate's on the right way. The second way of knowing it's on the right way around is that there's 2 grooves on either side of the plate, and they have to be pointing towards the lens. All right, so that's a guaranteed way of knowing which way to put it on. Okay, so to put the plate on the camera, you put it in the third screw hole down. Okay, all right, put it on. So you can tighten it up with your fingers, just get it in the right position. Tighten up as far as it'll go with your fingers, and then just to finish it off, use a bit of change. Anything under a pound usually does it. I sometimes have just pounds, and it's really annoying because I'm too wealthy. Here we go. So that's on reasonably tight, and that's not coming off. Okay, and if you've got it correct, you put this up and you lock that off. And that correctly, it should just slide into place. Okay, so, and it'll click in. Okay, so that's not coming off, but it's still moving. All right, but it's not coming off. To stop it from moving, we just put it on in the correct position, which is about so that the plate is completely on the tripod head. Okay, and we come back to the lock and lock it off, and that's not moving. Okay, and that's it. That's how you put a camera onto a tripod. All right.